population growth, the unemployment rate held steady at 9.1%. Despite these tough times, Christine Roman shows us what's out there, how much money you can expect if you qualify.
14 million Americans are out of work, and if you're one of those 14 million, you're thinking about where can I find a job today? What industries are hiring? Well, there are 3 million jobs open right now, 3 million. Here's a look at 7 jobs, 7 categories in high demand, even now in a stagnant economy. The first one is retail workers. Average pay here, $25,000 a year, so you're not going to send a kid to college, but retail hire about 500,000 temporary workers with the holidays coming up, that's according to the National Retail Federation. And often hire these temp workers then full-time after the holidays we did last year. So retail workers, there are jobs there. Commercial truck driver. We've been hearing about this for a couple of years now, maybe 350, 400 available over the next few years. Average pay better than retail. If you can pass the commercial license test, you can drive a truck. Your license will depend on the class of vehicle that you know how to drive. So there you go, short-term on-the-job training. Next one here, industrial engineer. Sounds hard, guess what? It is. And it takes an education, but the pay is commensurate. Manufacturing and electrical companies are fighting tooth and nail for people with these skills. These are people who can look at the manufacturing process at a car factory, for example, and figure out ways to streamline things and increase efficiency and increase the bottom line. Online job postings are up 28% over the past 4 months, according to Monster.com. Here's the next one, software engineer. You hear us talk about this all the time. Average pay is pretty good here, too. If you know how to write software, build a mobile app, code a website, chances are you're going to be able to find work here. The Labor Department expects very strong growth in this sector over the next few years. Healthcare, nurses. Pay there can be even better than this with more training. With so many aging baby boomers getting older and needing medical care, the Labor Department expects the need for registered nurses to grow by about 22% over the next 6 years. Here's a smaller job category, but interesting nonetheless, and hiring. Professional cook. We're talking about top chef type people. Professional cooks, hot commodities at hotels and restaurants, often swept up by the competition at the drop of a hat. So there are job openings here, not as many as retail and, say, truck drivers, but they are there. And finally, accountant, one of my favorite job categories because of the pay, also because of the flexibility of moving around the country. Even though there are tons of people graduating from business school with degrees in accounting, these jobs are still hard to fill because they're often very specific for each state and industry. Monster says online job postings for these jobs are up 12% or so over the past few months. So for more information on these industries and job openings, you can go to CNNMoney.com.